Okay, so here's what I've been doing today. Um, I had a habit in the last town I lived in, and a little bit here too, of checking like free book bins of discards from like used bookstores and stuff like that. And I ended up with a lot of vintage illustrations and stuff that way, particularly like medical and biological. And I also have a lot of collage materials anyway, but they were all in this bin in envelopes basically, so I could never remember where certain things were or how to use them. And so I've been organizing them, and when I know like the title of the book and the year, then I put that in. And I have tabs on the side. There's astronomy, which for now is just this one book, Worlds in the Sky. Yeah, Worlds in the Sky, which has really cool monochromatic blue illustrations. And then I have an Asia section, which right now is plates from a book called Daughter of the Samurai, and Jim Lee's 1968 Chinese cookbook, which is kind of cool. There's a ginger root. I have a small collection of adventure. So there's Charles Lindbergh, I guess, biography. And then I forget what this book was called, but it's like some Hardy Boys shit. Not actually the Hardy Boys, but you know what I mean. And then I have a spirituality esoterica tab, which has a bunch of stuff thrown in. This is a book on macrobiotics, which is really nuts. There's the anatomist corner, which is mostly an anatomy textbook, but it has all sorts of weird like Ayurvedic stuff and like archetype stuff in it, and some assorted stuff. This is a good book. Yeah, that was a frontispiece. There's actually 2 pages here. Some mythological illustrations from an old encyclopedia, some biblical stuff, and then I have a shadow play section with all my hand shadows. Only a page of that. And then I had this before. This is a collection from National Geographic of like folk wildman traditions throughout Europe, which is pretty cool. And I also added some like beastly stuff onto the end of it. Culture, not so interesting. IDK. It's a really bad joke, but there's some photos of decay. And then my zoology section, which I'm still working on. Yeah, I got a bunch of like radiology textbooks at one point, and some evolution and genetics. I don't know if you can see this, but it says types of asses, which I thought was pretty funny, because I'm a child. And then this is comparative anatomy. I think it's the 1954 edition. There's a lot of it. I've only cataloged about half of the cool stuff I pulled out of there. But yeah, you kind of get the idea. And then, yeah, it's just some cool stuff. And then at the end, I'm starting a botany tab. These are common American barks, which I also thought was funny. And then there's some plant stuff from one of the genetics textbooks, I think. And then, yeah, so that has a ways to go. But anyway, that's what I've been doing with my time today. I also pulled some of these, but I think I'm going to get a separate binder for all of my like human anatomy and first aid. These are from an Edwardian textbook on practical therapeutics, which was pretty cool. And then I have some vintage, where are they? Vintage first aid plates that are super neat. Poisonous snakes and like some anatomy stuff. But anyway, that's it. Bye.